This review is on the movie The Wrath of Becky. I'm the air guy, and I'm going to tell you like it is. The film, The Wrath of Becky, picks up 2 years after Becky's mother died from a deadly disease and her father was killed by neo-Nazis, which was shown in Miss Wilson's first movie called Becky.
It was fun while it lasted.
It's not over yet.
The star in the movie The Wrath of Becky was Lulu Wilson. She is a young person. I will not be displaying her picture throughout this review. The film The Wrath of Becky picks up showing her bouncing from one foster home to another, pretending to be a mercenary in training with her Cane Corso, her dog Diego. Nowadays, Becky finds herself living comfortable in surroundings with Lelina, Denise Burse, who picks up hitchhikers and tries to help them with a firm hand, intelligent conversation, and tries to teach them to be thankful. In the same area where Becky lives, a terrorist organization of noblemen plans to harm the town's governor at an upcoming political party. The three noblemen stop by the diner Becky works at, and she pissed one of them off by spilling hot coffee in the crotch of the loudmouth one in the group. Before going to see the Nazi leader in the area, the three degenerates stop by Lelina's house to pay Becky a visit. If you watch The Wrath of Becky, you don't need to go back to see the film Becky like I did. If you watched one, you've seen the other. Example, both films had sympathetic persons and both neo-Nazis grew. Becky crawled through a window to grab a telephone or walkie-talkie to converse with the bad guys in both movies. Did not appreciate the good guy, real actors Kevin James and Sean William Scott Stifler portraying heavy neo-Nazis. They were casted wrong in both Becky films. For The Wrath of Becky, the production took 18 days. The film was classified as an action horror thriller film with a bit of comic relief sprinkled throughout. Gross opening weekend in the film, The Wrath of Becky in the U.S. and Canada was $147,000. Gross worldwide was $175,000. I was looking for a serious horror film with psycho teenager girl going around seeking revenge for her father. The film The Wrath of Becky filled most of that bill, but the cartoonish colors of the neighborhood with naive as hell foster parents for comic relief turned me off right at the beginning of the movie. When I think of neo-Nazis, I imagine mean asshole inbreds that haven't finished 8th grade to be the leaders of the perverted sheep that follow them. Not the mall cop and Stifler. What really bugged me was when Becky crawled in Stifler's man cave and had to hide underneath the couch because she heard some people walking down the hallway. I didn't have the slightest bit of anxiety for Becky. As the audience member, I should have felt at least something. Like I said before, after watching The Wrath of Becky, I decided to go back and watch the 2020 film Becky. While watching the film Becky, I was hoping I might have missed something in that movie to help me understand the Wrath of Becky film, but I didn't. I felt more disappointed about losing my $2 to watch the 83-minute movie Becky. Usually I enjoy offbeat horror films that makes fun of themselves and sometimes during the movie, but both Becky movies were not for me. I classify them both as WOT, waste of time for people over 29. I'm not saying the acting was bad. The film had B to B plus special effects, but the second Becky movie should have not run almost exactly like the first. Personally, I couldn't figure out the overall reasoning and decisions from both directors, Matt Angel and Suzanne Coote. Would I recommend the films Becky and The Wrath of Becky? Yes, for the younger generation, but not for an old cooter mister like myself. I have a side note. The key Becky had was actually hidden in a can in a gravel basement placed in a cinder block by her mom. The neo-Nazi claims each race has a cosmetic designated area in the world, and the key would let them go to their place. That's really weird, huh? Thank you for viewing and value your comments. Thank you.